So, I had this dream a few days ago, and it keeps jumping back up into my memory, so I'm just making a quick video recording, describing it so I can remember it in the future. I dreamed that I was it seemed like I was in almost like a classroom setting. There were big, bright windows off to my right, and the room was full of these desks, like typical school desks almost. And I was sitting at one of them. And even though I don't recall seeing anybody else at any desks around me, I guess that there were. I'm just assuming there were other people in the room around me. The only other person I really saw, and I didn't exactly hear him. Well, he might have said a few words that I heard in the dream. Like, I know he said stuff. So the guy it felt like he was the teacher. And he was over by the windows on the right, and the sun was shining in on him. And he was kind of not ranting, but ranting to the room. And again, I didn't see any other classmates around me. It was just me sitting there, but he was, off to my right and a bit in front of me, but he was talking as if he was speaking to the room and not just to me. And it kind of started off like he was getting into a bit of a lecture about something, and it turned into him realizing that he loved me. He said, I remember he said that this is why it's like I don't remember a lot of what he said. I know he was talking, but then I caught like the tail end of what he was saying, and he was just sort of almost pointing in my direction a bit. He was doing like an arced point, if that makes any sense, where his arm was kind of out, and because I was below him in a way. I was like, I was sitting at a desk, and he was higher up than I was. He was standing more, sort of leaning up against like I got the feeling like there was, it was not just a wall with the windows. There was almost like a little shelving unit or something in front of the windows that were just below the window, so you could see the full window, but like he was leaning against something sort of near the windows. And it was like he realized that he loved me. He was ranting or saying something and lecturing something to the room, and something about the lecture came around to talking about me. And he said the tail end of what I caught was something along the lines of, like, he wouldn't let something happen to me, or he would have my back always because he loved me. And he said that, like, he kind of got carried away with himself, and he wasn't thinking through what he was saying exactly. Like, before he said it, he just blurted it out. And I saw on his face that he was having the realization when he said it, as he said it, and just after he said it, like, that was the case, that he actually loved me, that he really, really loved me. And then he was just like, he was kind of in his head for a moment, kind of contemplating it, and looked over at me. He didn't turn his head or anything. His eyes shifted, and he was just looking at me like with this smile, like just a smile of content realization, like that and coming to terms with that he loved me. So yeah, take that for, so see, almost like something like that. There was either a shelving unit or like maybe a heating and cooling unit or something just under the windows. And the windows were more like kind of in that direction, in front and to the right. But they were big like this and bright. And he was like standing kind of leaning in front of them. and lecturing to us and saying something to us, and for some reason it turned into, he started saying something about me, and then saying, so it ended with him saying that he loved me, like, and him realizing that was the case, that was the truth, actually. And just the feeling I got from the look he gave me, I liked it. It was a nice, warm feeling. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to remember that dream. It was a nice dream. And it's been popping up in my memory recently, the last few days, so I figured I'd make a video describing it. So I have to go finish making breakfast.